why you should be skeptical about using apartment locators. And now you see all the ads on Instagram, you see all the ads on Facebook, all offering you this totally free service, and it seems too good to be true. And where the apartment locators get paid is by the property management companies, and they are promoting and representing. So they could be influenced through incentives and kickbacks. Now, it's the classic situation where you feel like if you are not paying for something, then you are the product being sold. And at face value, that's absolutely correct in this case. I'm going to try and remove some of the skepticism for you, but only from the perspective of my brokerage. As I own my own brokerage, I cannot speak for others. I'm not going to give you any sales speak, just the simple facts and philosophy behind them, so at least you can make a more informed decision. So I started the Amazing Brokerage as a full service real estate brokerage, and my personal mission outside of delivering the best client experience is to have each and every client as a client for life. I look at someone who rents their very first apartment as someone who's going to go on and buy their first home, move on to their dream home, maybe start a business and get their first commercial property, and then plan for their retirement living and maybe even a vacation home. I've also got to think of their family members and friends and hope that they refer them to me. So this individual is a lot of potential transactions, and I want all of their business. But getting that business means I have to do everything right. And if I do make mistakes, which I'm sure I will, I have to be honest and transparent about them. I put them right as quickly as possible. Now, I have said this before, and it's worth repeating. You couldn't pay me to sell you a bad apartment, home, commercial building, or even a plot of land. So to honesty and transparency, you can add integrity. I know you still may be thinking that anyone can use those words, but let me give you a couple of proof points, and we'll stay here just with apartment locating for the moment. And over the last 4 years of operating, we've put now just over 700 people into what I consider to be really the top 5% of multifamily living, and more on this later, across all price points. And in some cases, where people have come from credit, income, and background check problems. All of our reviews have been 5 stars, so I know we're doing something right. I've also personally built a strong name for the brokerage in the commercial and residential sectors of real estate. Now that you know my mission, let's get back to helping you remove some of the skepticism with apartment locating. I'll explain the benefits of working with the Amazing Brokerage. I don't believe, I'm fairly certain, anyone in the DFW market has physically toured as many properties as me personally. So you know that our brokerage recommends properties that we have physically toured, where we've built strong relationships with the management companies. And I only recommend properties to clients that I would be happy to live in myself, and also those that I'd feel comfortable recommending to friends and family. Not only have I toured them, but I have my own independent internal grading system where I give an overall rating for living experience, including such issues as management company itself, pest control issues, and reviews from clients I have living in those properties. My grading system has enabled me to handpick what is currently around the top 5% of multifamily living communities in the DFW across all price points. So I've already done the hard work for you, and I do not share my rating system with management companies, so I cannot and will not be influenced. I'm completely impartial, and so are my agents, and so are my realtors. All locators work from databases and make their recommendations from those databases to clients. But now much of that information can go out of date, such as unit availability, pricing, which changes on a daily basis. What we do differently is we work in a real-time basis, constantly checking prices, constantly checking availability to pick out the best deals before your tour. And on the subject of touring, we do tour our clients personally and walk them through the entire process from initial inquiry through to selecting the best units and deals, and then through the application, and then also the lease process to make sure you are signing the lease for the property you expect. And we're a full service brokerage that has specialized deep knowledge of the DFW area. So I sincerely hope that I've removed some of the skepticism of you working with my brokerage. And by the way, I'm the broker myself, so you are dealing with the top, and you will at least understand the philosophy behind my brokerage. And if you still have any doubts or questions, then please get in touch with me personally. Real estate is an extremely competitive industry where everyone gets paid on results. So that in itself can drive a huge degree of skepticism, but not all realtors are created equally. And just remember to try to understand who you are dealing with rather than what. And ask questions, and make sure you ask tough ones, because a good realtor will have no trouble in answering them and will never try to push you into making a decision, and will accept your vision either way. So I hope this helped remove some of your skepticism.